I may be from the South, and I may not know anything about you city folk, but we just like to do things a little bit differently around here, okay? You city slickers and your fancy gizmos and such can take a hike, because this is this countryside where we like to... No, I'm done. This is Jumpin' Time Central playing... beat 'em up Central Scott Pilgrim version, and this may be the final episode of JumpNShoot. I have been so stressed out, and what's the word? I have a lot of anxiety about moving by myself. Especially trying to stay in this area is the big thing, because like I still haven't really... convenience wise, I will just work and live in the area because I don't know where, like, how great a distance I want to travel just to live somewhere. And then like I'm just down here, so I think, and I have friends here. I've been to school around here, or I've been to the colleges, and I've gotten used to that. And I'm kind of set on staying here in San Diego, but I'm mostly afraid of like completely starting over and having to transfer for work, and like either that or find a new job that pays the same or better. It's just, the world is a fucking vampire. It always needs more out of you until you die or get sick of living. And that might sound like kind of downer statement, and you know, I like to think that I'm a goth in spirits, but not actually. It's just the part of... No, that's a horrible exaggeration. Goth is like fun to look at, but not to play with, if you know what I mean. It's just like a sideshow attraction. Like, who actually fucking thinks like that shit? But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure California, let me tell you, is so bad at making sure people can afford to live in places for a long time, or like anywhere. And you know what? Here's the thing. My dad said, you know, I could always go back to Georgia, and I straight up told him there, I was like, look, Dad, I love you, but and my brother's there too, but I have no desire to go back to Georgia. I've been here too long. I just want to find a life here. There's like, I don't think there's anything for me in Georgia, like at all. And in terms of like, back to the California like rent problem here, I am experiencing tenfold how the way the rent is controlled, or like the rent market, or I don't know, the grand scheme of real estate in California is based around like kind of corralling all the low income people in a certain area. And if you ever look in well, actually, for example, when I was looking through the area I live, just trying to find a 1-bedroom or studio, their range is like 18 to 2400 for a 1-bedroom for one person living there, maybe a couple, or like, you know, like two, you know, a couple, like a boy and a girl, or whoever the fuck is together, 2 partners, okay with living in the same bedroom, and they both have income, whatever. One person is not able to survive in there. And it sucks. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, wow. It's not really clear you're supposed to, like, go up to this thing. But, yeah, it's not really that possible unless you have, like, 2 jobs or you have one really high-paying job. Which I guess is maybe my next move, wherever I go, wherever I end up. Like, I'm okay with, being in the area I am and living there, but I would be okay with finding a higher paying job. Like, I don't know what that means, higher paying job. Just, am I taking it because I want to do that, or am I just taking it because it's the highest paying one? Like, that's the trade-off. Like, why would I don't want to do something that I'll be sick of doing just because it pays well. Like, that's an awful life. I don't care what you say. But, oh, the audio didn't, like, speed up or anything. I just remembered it was over here. But, yeah. And it's kind of shitty that rent companies... I was talking to my coworkers about this. It's kind of shitty that rent companies are, like, buying up properties and then jacking up the price of it. And that's like a form of gentrification, or maybe just like dominance over the rent industry here. But yeah, they'll buy up cheap properties and then prevent anyone from like moving in. And then when they open up availability, they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's double the price that it used to be now. And have fun not being able to afford it. Like, okay, by the place I used to live near Qualcomm, or it's not Qualcomm Stadium anymore, but near there, I remember these places being built. I was like, oh boy, I wonder what those places, how much those places will cost. And they were all 3 bedrooms. The entire strip, they were all 3 bedrooms, and they were a lot of money. Like, who is this for? Each box has a blue star. Wait, each blue box has a star corresponding with the light green box. Pair these blocks if you hit them. Blah blah blah. Brown blocks, blue blocks in Kingdom Hearts. The most fun you could possibly have. Oh, and then you get stuff from it. Okay. So yeah, the new places being built around here are not for low-income people. The low-income stuff has just been the things that have been here for like 30 years. And even their rents are too high now. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, you know what's annoying? It's looking for a studio, and they all have like really short lease ranges. Like there's decent ones around here where I'm at, and they're like 3 to 6 months. I'm like, who the fuck is this for? How is anyone supposed to live here? It's like, oh, the goal is they don't. They want to rotate like tenants fast. I'm thinking it's just like, oh, it's, I don't know, maybe for, it's just like an expensive hotel, I guess. If you really are living in an area for a little bit while you're visiting family or something, I don't know. And yeah, a lot of these are pre-furnished, so they don't have to bring anything with them. And yeah, the lease terms are short, so they can get in and get out fast. It's like, what the fuck? That's how this area is full of, pretty much, and it's really bothering me. That like, and what's mostly bothering me that you have older generations, like the boomer generations, that are calling my generation, like the 90s kid millennials, just the lazy, what do they call it? The me first generation. Like, oh, everything has to be about me. What about me and my problems? It's like, well, we have problems. Yeah, so the thing is, they'll call us lazy and that we need to work harder and all that shit, but it's literally not enough work full time and be able to provide for yourself. Like, that's the whole thing about the American dream in the grand scheme. Like, the American dream is fucking dead. It is fucking dead. Like, you can still settle down and, I don't know, start a business if you want, but it's like crazy how much it will cost out of you to do like literally anything. Oh my god, please just jump. Why would he grab the ledge? Okay. And yeah, and like I pretty much work full time, and it's slightly I think minimum wage is 15. I make like $2 above that. So I'm just like, how is this not enough? I was like, I really need 2 jobs then, don't I? If I want to, or I mean, I'm not. I would be less worried if I had consistent secondary income, not like a full-on second job, but I have been seriously considering opening up commissions for art, and like just to like, I don't know, it's like the leftovers of financial income, you know, just something you can work on while you're working, and get a little bit of extra money, you know. Sounds fine. I would not like to live on commissions. I've said this multiple times. That just sounds terrible. So what's chocolate here? Oh, you can go up this way. You know, exploring these isn't that bad. I guess it would be cool if these are like randomly generated, but these are, I played this like this is my 3rd time playing this game. And it's never, it's the same. It's just whatever. The rewards are all the same. How the fuck are you supposed to do that? God, that's so... What if it falls? Like, are you just screwed? Or I guess it, like, maybe resets the position. I just have a lot of stuff to spam, and that's cool. Are we done here? Here we go. Yeah, but back to like low-income people having to move. That sucks. I hate that I feel that as a citizen in California. Like, I'm looking down there. Like, okay, there's a trolley transit as a public transportation around here. If you want to live anywhere near there for convenience, that's where it starts to get expensive. Like, and then when I looked further down, like away in all the lower cities, like kind of not like completely close to Tijuana, but like just south of near me, there's all these like areas like City Heights, University Heights, like these kind of like weird away from the downtown area. They're not like quite rural, but they're kind of in the middle, I guess. It's just whatever. Those places are like the cheapest place. Oh, you know what's also annoying is that the cheaper places around here, a lot of them are for senior housing, and they get to pay shit like 1,900, 1,200. It's like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? My generation, like, sucks. I hate it. And like, it's easy to like older generations to say that what do you mean living is easy when you're paying less because you're fucking 65? Like, okay, I gotta go back to Sid's place. And yeah, it's also easier for them to say because back in their day, there were fucking houses on the market. You know, everything in California is, maybe it depends on the area, but it's mostly apartments. Because there's so many fucking people in this state. There's like, you could see, I guess I would just buy that there's more housing in probably Central to East America. Like more like houses, not like apartments or condos or any of that shit. You know, just planned neighborhoods. You know, a lot of these properties here are just like individually owned. You find like little townhouses in the middle of those on the same street. It'll just be this like 6-unit apartment complex owned by whatever company. It's just, there's a lot of that shit around here. And I did talk to my friend as to like why he was moving to San Francisco. Well, like, I'm not gonna dox you or say your name or anything, but you did tell me that it was for your girlfriend and her going to school in that area and getting her master's, which is great, fine, and everything. But I didn't want to go out there because, or I just I didn't want to go out there because that's like a huge move for me, and even if I'm near friends, it's still kind of like starting over and having to apply for work to time and then be able to start working there and time that perfectly with when I need to move, which is the next month. Like, that's so difficult. I don't want to do that. I like secure entry into places. I don't want to just move out there with no job and be like, well, I'm looking for work, and then because it takes a long time for to hear back from someone. Am I gonna die? Oh, I died. Well, you just take some damage. So yeah, it's rough. It's just, I guess it feels just too difficult to move a great distance, and that's what's scaring me. And to move to a different area, even if it's like better financially for me, like moving that huge a distance just scares me. Like, okay, well, especially since I can't look at the area that I'm going to be moving to until I get there. Can you please exit the ball? Like, that's rough. Like, I don't know. I kind of know this area where I'm at. I know where all the stores are. If I need something, I know where to get it. And it could be just a matter of like learning the new area, but I have to see it, you know, to know how convenient it will be from where I'm going to live. It's like, god damn. It's so heavy, Doc. And furthermore, which is why I say this is the last episode for a while. This is because it's just giving me so much anxiety. The channels just have to be the channel is just gonna have to be put on hold. I know all one of you is going to be very not that concerned. But that's fine. I'll still be here trucking along. And my family did say they'll help me wherever I end up, or whether like with the rent or the cost of moving in, or I don't know. I don't know what I will need help with. My other fear is my other fear is being set back financially, just because if I move with my own money, it's going to like take everything out of me. Like, a lot of these places want will you jump? Will you jump? God. A lot of these places want the first month's rent, and on top of that, well, I mean, of course they want that, But on top of that, they want the deposit, which is as much as the first month's rent. So you're like, let's say it's 1,500, it's gonna cost you like 3,000 to move in. Whereas like the other deposits I paid have been like 800, 700, you know. And it's never like, or and another place I applied to, it was the deposit was the first month's rent, but the deposit was the second month's rent, so we didn't have to pay rent for the first 2 months, which was cool. I'm not sure how that works, or maybe it's the last month's rent. And we get that back later. Oh god damn it! At the end of the lease, or whenever we quit or whatever. God, I don't know if I like this. I don't like auto scrollers. That's a problem. I fucking hate this. Just if it's gonna be a 2D platformer, all right, sure. Let me platform. Gosh. And there's nothing even here in these things, and I can't even like. This isn't good to explore either. Like, how am I supposed to do this efficiently? This is like playing Smash. Okay. Or, you know, it wouldn't be so bad if the entire game was like this. If Kingdom Hearts Recoded was a 2D game. Like a Zelda 2. That would be kind of cool, actually. Or like a Mega Man ZX kind of game. Or Mega Man Zero for the Game Boy Advance. If Inti Creates made this would be so fucking good. It would have cool sprite work, it would have cool like sound effects and music. It would be cool. Anyway, yeah, I hate how the cost of moving takes so much out of you to really like anchor you in to where you're living. It just puts you in a hole, and then you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you can't like, god damn it, and you can't make any money for yourself unless you like, what the fuck, unless you just do twice the amount of work. And it just sucks. The world sucks. I hate my life. Now I know I'm not in Traverse Town. What gave it away? The 2D environments, the fact that we're both hexagons in a big screen, and and this is slow too. Like, I hate auto scrollers. This is where you fight him? I thought you fought him like not in this cyber zone. Oh my god, it's like not the most fluid thing. Oh, like boy, I can lock on to a fucking horizontal enemy. Woo! And what sucks is that I can't use my command abilities during these segments. That's super fair. Okay. Like, you spend most of this game like creating command decks, and like half the bosses you don't even get to use them. Like, what's the? Oh my god, I hate this. I don't lock onto the box. Come on. So yeah. Here's the thing. If all of this shit gets resolved, you'll see another video. If it's not, then this is just the last video. Oh my god. And there's no way to heal during this. Like, I have potions and cure commands in my like deck, and I can't use them. It sucks. Oh my god. I don't know if he's jumping all the way to the other side or jumping in the same place. I think the Blizzard one might be like the most effective. I don't know. Okay. So that's his opening attack. And I was on the news. Well, I don't know if I was on the news, but I was on a news spot. Oh shit. I was on a news spot, and like immediately after I got my haircut, this reporter approached me. They were just like waiting in the parking lot by CVS. I was like, this is where you're gonna, whatever. This is where you're gonna look for people to talk to. This freaking insane area where homeless people walk naked sometimes. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, she wanted to ask me how I feel about voter fatigue in California. Like, do we have too many things to vote on all the time? Like, is it annoying? Is it, like, are there too many social issues that we have to vote on? Is voting in the primaries important? Except like that. And, I feel like I didn't say... I feel like I didn't answer. I feel like I came off as one of those, like, millennials who's, I don't know what fucking generation I am. 90s kid people who are vocal about social issues, but when it comes time to vote, they don't actually do much. Because it's like... At some point, we all learned that, like, voting doesn't fucking mean anything. Well, I mean, it does. It's important. Not in, like... Because voting does matter. I just went back on myself. I hate my life. If we want to do our parts, I don't think we're allowed to complain if whatever we didn't want to happen happens, or whatever we want to happen doesn't happen, and it's like, well, you didn't vote, so how can you be really upset? And it's like, yeah, you're right. But what's happening is, I guess in California, when you go to vote on stuff like governors and policies and all this other shit, you have to read an entire book of problems that we have in California. I remember I voted during one of the... Not the election ones, but the other one. There's a different kind of voting time. But I voted during one of those and the Trump election. And those are the first 2 times I could vote legally. Well, I guess technically in 2020 for Joe Biden, but I only voted 2 out of the 3 times I was legally allowed to vote. You got a new Keyblade. I don't know why you get the Pinocchio Keyblade when, like, Monstro isn't even a world in this game. That's so stupid. Why are the blocks still here? I don't care. Ooh, cutscene.
What about that guy in the black hood?
But yeah,
I mean, he could be the one behind this whole mess.
Gasp.
Another new entry.
Another new entry in the stupid book we have. The more hurts than the one you... didn't have time to read it. It looks to me that the new page is ready for extraction. Donald, extract your tentacle. And he puts his tentacle... He rubs his tentacles together, and then he eats the book. Remember the time we met Sora? Clap. Dog! Oh, remember the dog? Remember when people thought Pluto was gonna... Actually, no. Originally, Pluto was gonna be the villain in Chip and Dale. And I'm hearing people like, that would be really interesting if Pluto was the villain. It's the same thing as writing... whatever happened to the guy, the actor for Peter Pan sucks, but like it's the same thing. It's just taking a non-villain character and deciding like, oh, they're the villain now, and in every media after that, Pluto's gonna be the villain. Like, why? It's like if they decided to make, I don't know, Donald an antagonist all the time. Or like another classic Disney character, just a villain. Like, okay, Minnie's the villain now, alright. Clarabelle Cow is the villain. Horse Collar's the villain now? You're just gonna do this with all these obscure characters because nobody really knows about them that much? And you think Pluto is interesting? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, Sora gets deleted because they alt-tabbed, and they close the browser and they have it set to clear all history upon closing the browser, so he got deleted. Yeesh, at least part of the scenery hasn't changed. So he already knows this. Datasaur already knows this world. What's the matter? Or as far as I know. Right. I think I hated this world too. It wasn't as obnoxious as the version in 358 Days, but like it's still kind of whatever. Yeah, this is yet another like rehashed or reused world they have for this game. And there's kind of an original plot going on here. Oh, right! Alice is gonna be on trial, and you have to hunt down these stupid phrases and then piece them together in its own, like, little sentence thing, and it sucks. I hate this. I hate this world. So, yeah, on that news spot, I also said, well, I think it's important to vote. I just haven't gotten around to it because I didn't have time to look at the things to vote on. I know what the social issues are on here. The social issues are on here in California. Like, there's a homeless problem. The gas prices are insane. I'm glad I don't drive. What else? They did give me an example, like the rent problem in California, but I feel like that people say that every year and nothing happens. Oh, this thing sounds weird when you hit it with it. It just sounds like wooden gears turning, and I guess that's cool. God, it's a maze. But yeah, because I don't know what the things to vote on about that are. I've heard from my coworker that every time, like, some kind of people's union forms to combat like rent hikes, a lot of them are, what's the word? They don't have like the legal backing, so when they start like petitioning to lower rent, the rent companies just come by and like quash them and like countersue, and then they threat to do that, and what happens is they all back off and like shut the fuck up, and nothing ever changes around here, and that sucks. Like, the people are trying to get together and like make life easier for the rest of like everybody else, and there's nothing they can do about it or anywhere, and that's depressing. Yeah, but I think the questions was more, is there too much to vote on, and that's what's preventing people from voting. It's like, well, the thing is, it's convenient these days to vote. Like, you can do it by mail. They're trying to open up more what's the word? Like, stations to voting areas. Like, they've set some up in just like random apartment complexes I've been to. Or I've lived near, and you can vote in there and send your ballot in that way. Like they're making it so that we can. It's just that there probably are too many issues to vote on, and that's what's putting people off. It's like, well, and I told my mom that I was on this little news spot, and she said, well, you know what, I agree. I have to read this whole. I am gonna vote, but I have to read this whole fucking book on things to vote on. It's like, yeah. So, and I just said, well, she asked me, do you think there's too many things to vote on in California? I was like, well, probably, but at the end of the day, like, primaries are important to vote on, because it does start here, where, like, if you want to get something changed, you have to pay attention. Oh, I hate this shit already. And I don't think you need to get all the Inklings, too. This is the same shit in 358 days. It's just it looks weird because there's less of an environment. You still have to, like, avoid them. Except you don't get to see, in that game, you get to see their cone of, like, detection. This is stupid. Did it really not think of anything else to do in these worlds? Oh shit. Oh, you can actually run from the guy. I like that. Did they really not think of anything else to do in Wonderland other than, like, sneak around the hedge maze from the card guards? Like, what the fuck? Oh great, now I'm tiny. What happened? I'm tiny. Oh, you can press down to continue the box. That's weird. What to do? What to do? Hey, don't just leave. What do you mean then? Oh, this is a big body. Wait, if he's big and I'm small, then oh damn. Oh, I think aerial sweeps are, like, the best attacks in this game, because they bring up enemies up and you start attacking in the air anyway, so it just sets them up. And I don't remember any enemies that are, like, immune to it. So is there anything else? Oh, I can't attack this because I'm too small? What the fuck? Wait, I'm clearly looking at the blue one. Oh, what? It doesn't even make you big, it just makes you a little bit bigger. What the fuck? So, do you not, like, stand in this room, pretty much? You're just always tiny? This is pretty much the same scale that you are in 358 days, too. It's lame, because it's reused fucking assets and locations. See, this is it. This is the anger I feel towards this game. I feel anger towards you. And yeah, basically, I don't know where my life is headed, and it's scary. If I can find a nice place, I won't give a shit. That's my prerogative right now. Or my pipe dream is that the landlord that I'm renting from now is after I tell him, I haven't told him yet, but after I tell him we're gonna move out, he asks, like, why? Like, well, I can't take this place by myself, so I have to leave. And then by some miracle he says, well, you do work in the area at least, and you're giving me steady payments. I'll lower the rent and you can pay for it, and you can live here by yourself. But no, there's no way. Like, I'm sure the way he determines the value of this condo is, well, but you live next to these malls around here. Oh my god. You live next to the malls around here. There's an extra room. There's all these amenities you have. There's a laundry room. You have this, you have that. Yeah, $1,900 for this fucking area where homeless people wander in. And you know what? The other day I was walking home from an errand I was doing, and there was a guy standing in front of some guys. There was a homeless guy standing in front of someone's patio. He was just like screaming and pulling his pants down, and the guy in front of him is just like, he just has his like his hand on his forehead, like, don't do that, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it, man. He's just like calmly telling him, casually telling him to stop, or not what he's about. Don't do what you're about to do. Like he's done this before. And I was just like, what? This shit for 1900? It's so stupid. And I think the way the real estate companies like price these places is fucking stupid. Oh, the place I used to live near the stadium, I think I already said, but they doubled the price of it now because it changed management. But that area is on the same street as a firehouse, which you have to hear every day pretty much. And it's near the stadium, which is loud as fuck during events. And it's like through a road with no lights, so people love to speed down on it with their motorcycles and loud ass like sports cars. That shit is 3,000? You're stupid. You're fucking stupid for charging people that. Oh my god. I don't care about your precious capitalist shit, like, oh, we're just a company who wants to make money. Like, no, it's not. The value of this does not match the area. I'm sorry. And you're wrong for doing this. You know, buying up an area, gouging out the price of it, being like, well, maybe rich people will live here. It's like, who is this? You know who works around here, right? All there is around here is like shopping malls and restaurants and like retail places. Like, you know who works there. You know how much money they make. Where the fuck do you get off charging $3,000 for one bedroom? Oh my god, I accidentally went to one the other day, and the listing was fake. You gotta watch out for fake listings. That's annoying. I was gonna talk about that, but I guess I forgot. But yeah, there's fake listings around here, and one of them was for apartment complex, and the rent was like cheap, and it was near an area I used to live in, or it was near an area I used to pass by a lot. So I was like, oh, I know that area. So I Ubered there, and the address is different from the listing. So I get there, and it's like this 3-story cathedral looking ass place, and I'm sitting in the waiting room waiting for the showing, and I'm like, there's no way this place is like 1,500. There's no fucking way. And I tell one of the receptionist, like, hey, I think I've been misinformed. And yeah, the manager was like, oh shit, I gotta call this website because they fucking put a false listing up, and it's messing things up. And then while I was there, they asked me if I wanted to see a showing anyway. I was like, well, how much are your 1-bedrooms? They're like, currently they are 3,000. I'm like, bye, I'm leaving. I didn't want them to be like, oh, we'll lower it for you. Like, no, I know the price and I'm leaving. I didn't know the price and now I know, and now I'm leaving. So bye. And I had to Uber there, so I had to Uber back, so it was just a big fat waste of time and money. Like, God. Challenges. Alright, this is the last thing I'm doing today. 4 challenges. Attempt these challenges to earn extra SP. First, decide what percent of SP to wager. Fail the challenge, you will lose this SP. Succeed and you'll get a lot. So it becomes harder when you do this, but you need to do these to get your multiplier the highest it can be, so that you can get the most rewards. Because like I don't remember if you can redo these things. Oh, yeah, but I don't know if you can redo these things. But you need like to get all the rewards. Oh shit, that's one. I don't know what they want me to do. And some of these are like, oh yeah, don't jump like more than 5 times. It's like, how am I supposed to do this? Then I remembered like, I think you can set the controls to auto jump and it doesn't count if you're moving with the D-pad or something like that. But yeah, it sucks. Life sucks. About the false listings problem around here. There was one on Craigslist that I was trying to talk to, and it turned out to be a dud. I noticed the pictures didn't match up, but I knew where it was, and I was like, "There's no way this is that spot." I was like, "Well, maybe they just put the pictures there as placeholders," but like, they obviously just found photos of an apartment online and just put together the Craigslist ad. And they took a picture of a completely different area, or used the picture from a completely different area to make the ad. But I started texting the number, and they started texting back, and they were like, "Oh yeah, me and my wife own the condo. How long do you plan to live in the house? Do you smoke? Do you have a pet, etc." I was like, no to most of those. And they said, "Great. Well, my lawyer hands all the application fees and stuff. So, why don't you Zelle the money? Like, use Zelle, the banking service, to send the the payment, and we can continue to move forward." I was like, actually, I don't know this guy's name, and he usually should like offer to show the unit before I pay fucking anything. And I'm texting my mom this stuff, and because she works in, I'm gonna give up on like trying to not take damage on this, but whatever. Okay, my god. And she's like, "Well, this is all normal. Just go through with it and go through with your gut." I'm like, "Oh, that's not why I'm asking you. My gut says this guy sucks, but I don't usually apply to places on fucking Craigslist. Like, I don't even know why she's been sending me like places to look at, and I don't. If like fucking Craigslist is the worst place to look, why did you show me this?" And nothing checked out. I didn't know his name until like halfway through texting. I was gonna ask like where was this person that they were living, that they own the condo, because they're supposed to be able to meet me and show me the place before I fucking, you know, do anything, right? So they should live like in a distance they could be able to meet me. Or the place I'm renting now, they have an agent where we met them and they showed us a place before we put any money down. So yeah, it was nothing, it was not good. And they were just like, "Oh yeah, just Zelle the money and we'll show you the place. The lovely area." They like to use the word lovely a lot. Like, bitch, I've been there. And it's just a condo scam, dude. It's so frustrating because it was a perfect place. I mean, the location is perfect, but I think I looked there like actually through their website, and there are condos to own, and I can't fucking do that. Man. And you can't even, there's not even like a on-site like management to ask like if there's any units that you can rent from them or something. I don't know how many times I took damage. I'm just gonna leave. Did I do it? I guess I did it. Exit sector. I got all this cool stuff. So now when you do the max multiplier, you can afford to get all this shit, and it's nice because being able to get these all early in the game just makes the rest of the game easier, and you can you'll be able to open up more shit, like maybe get an extra command deck earlier, but it doesn't matter because the bosses don't let you use them, or majority of these like stage the world segments where it becomes a different genre of game. Like you can't, it doesn't matter because you can't use half of these things. Like when it became a 2D platformer and you couldn't use them anyway, later on in this game it becomes like a weird turn-based RPG, and all your command decks turn into completely different attacks. In Hollow Bastion, like, you lose your Keyblade for like the whole level because that's what happened in the first game. It's like, God, they should have built it around not this shit. Genre changes fine, but like find a way for me to keep most of my abilities and all the shit I've been accumulating throughout the whole game. I don't know what that means when you have double power. I want another command. Well, actually, this is as far as I can go for now. When do I get block? Because that would be nice. There we go. There, now I can shut the fuck up. Fire proficiency. Increase your power of fire by 1%. Oh boy. That's kind of lame. Oh. So, yeah, that's all the shit I've been dealing with. If anyone's listening, thanks for listening to Jump and Shoot. It may come to an end very soon. Or it might not. So I guess what I'm saying is we're going on hiatus.